Are you ready to experience enjoyable floor care? The Mopit will transform one of the most dreaded tasks into an effective and enjoyable one. Soda spills and heavily soiled areas are no match for the Mopit. They'll be cleaned up quickly and effectively, and your floor will be left dry. Unlike a mop, the Mopit applies a continuous supply of clean soapy water, scrubs the floor, then vacuums up the dirt and germs into a separate tank. This video will train you on Mopit use and maintenance. Unpacking and Setup. Remove all the packing materials and starter kit from the boxes. The bottom half of the machine is heavy, so gently tip the box on its side with the front of the machine facing down. Then slide the machine out of the box. Lift the top half out of its box and set it next to the bottom half. Make sure the switches are in the off position and connect the two electrical connectors between the two halves of the machine. They only go one way, so you can't get them wrong. They should make a small click when they're fully connected. Set the top tank onto the bottom tank, making sure to route the wiring harness and the black vacuum hose out the gap in the back corner of the bottom tank. Fasten the 3 latches. Push the vacuum and squeegee hose elbows all the way into the receivers. Push any excess wiring harness and vacuum hose back into the bottom tank. Push the 2 hoses into the retaining clips and hang the drain hose on its hook. Keep the boxes and packing materials in case the machine needs to be returned at a later date. Handlebar adjustment. Use the quick release lever to adjust the handlebars to your desired height. Press the lever down firmly to lock into place. Transporting the Mopit. To transport the Mopit, simply tip the machine onto its back wheels and roll it forward or backwards, like an upright vacuum. Before using the Mopit, you'll need to fill it with water and add soap. This is where you fill it with water and add the soap. You can use our optional fill hose to make this easier. You can watch the water level gauge to see how full the Mopit is. After filling the tank with water, add 1 pouch of Mopit floor cleaner. Never add bleach to the freshwater tank, as this will destroy components in the freshwater system. It is, however, perfectly safe to vacuum up liquids containing bleach from off the floor. You can control the amount of water going onto the floor by adjusting the manual water valve. When the valve lever is horizontal, the water is full on, and when it's vertical, it's full off. Anything in between will vary the amount of water going onto the floor. Using the Mopit. Before turning the Mopit on, make sure all caps are on tight. The manual water valve is on, and that the squeegee blade is in the down position. You're now ready to start the machine. Push all 3 switches forward and walk. It's that easy. When it's time to turn the Mopit off, Start with a solution switch, continuing to use the vacuum and brush to pick up the last of the solution, followed by the brush switch. To minimize dripping, let the vacuum run for 5 seconds before turning it off. Double scrub mode. On heavily soiled or greasy floors, you can use the double scrub feature by lifting the squeegee on your first pass, allowing the solution to remain on the floor, giving it time to loosen the dirt and break down the grease. On your second pass, drop the squeegee to pick up the dirty solution. While making your first pass, you also have the option to manually turn the vacuum off to save battery power. Just remember to turn it back on when you drop the squeegee. If you're using the Mopit like a wet-dry vac to pick up a large puddle, you have the option to turn off the solution from the control panel. This will extend the capacity of the recovery tank by not adding more water to the puddle. You'll want to drain the machine after each use, and draining the Mopit is easy. Just remove the drain hose cap and place the hose over a floor drain, or into a container or bucket to be dumped elsewhere. Charging. Whenever the Mopit is not being used, it should be plugged in to charge. The charger is fully automatic, so no harm is done to the battery if the Mopit is left plugged in for extended periods of time. The red light indicates charging, and the green light indicates a full charge. To avoid odor buildup, you should regularly clean out the dirty water recovery tank. To prevent water from reaching the vacuum motor, remove the vacuum hose from its port. With a drain hose placed over a floor drain, spray out the recovery tank through the cleanout port in the front of the machine. While cleaning the tank, be sure to clean the vacuum filter. This should be performed once a month. We've removed the side of the tank to make this easier to see. Use a flashlight to make sure the filter is clean. Tip the machine forward and spray water into the tool port, while being careful not to get an excess amount of water on the battery charger cover. Return the vacuum hose to its port, and store the Mopit with the cap off so the tank can dry. You can also use Mopit deodorizer to freshen the smell of your Mopit. To use, simply pour the contents of one deodorizer pouch directly on the floor, and use the Mopit to pick up the solution, allowing the machine to run for 30 seconds. When your Mopit starts leaving streaks, it's time to change your squeegee blade. The squeegee blade is the most frequent maintenance item on the Mopit. There's 2 squeegee blade options to choose from: yellow for general use and blue for oily surfaces. With heavy Mopit use, your squeegee blade should last between 4 to 8 weeks. To change the squeegee blade, tip the Mopit on its back. Remove the squeegee bar wing nut and pull out the squeegee insert. Wrap the new squeegee around the insert, making sure to put the insert dowels through the holes in the rubber. While holding the squeegee blade around the insert, place the dowel pin on the end of the insert into the hole in the squeegee bar. Then place the other end into the squeegee bar. Make sure the squeegee blade is even across the bar and replace the wing nut. When the Mopit isn't putting enough water on the floor, you'll need to clean the freshwater filter. Turn the manual water valve off and tip the Mopit on its back. Remove the filter assembly from the bottom of the machine by pulling the tubing off the water valve fitting, and while pressing the solenoid's gray slip fit retainer ring in, slide the tubing out. Unscrew the filter housing and remove the filter. Rinse the filter under running water until it's clean. Be sure to put the O-ring back on the filter before reinstalling. Tip the Mopit back up and turn on the manual water valve. For your convenience, there are Mopit use and Mopit maintenance instructions located on the back panel of the Mopit. If you ever have Mopit questions or need to order parts or supplies, we're easy to reach. You can call us using our phone number found on the dashboard of the Mopit, or visit our website at www.mopit.com. Thank you for being a Mopit customer.